Hello, hello, beautiful. Welcome to the wrap party for our Boost Camp. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I'm Susanna Kay. As you know, paper, home, and getting stuff done specialist, and I'm glad that you're here with me. As you hop on, let me know who you are and where you're joining me from. I see that we already have Joyce is here. Hi, Joyce. Great to see you. Excuse my voice. I've actually managed to catch a cold this week too. So thank goodness I had Boost Camp because it actually helped me get stuff done despite my cold. But pardon me if I'm a little rough vocally. Um, okay, so today is our Boost Camp wrap party. It's also our Q&A. So if you have any questions at all about Boost Camp, your action file, the Paper Path course, Path membership, any of that, now is your chance to ask. So feel free to ask in the comments at any time during this session, and I will be glad to answer those for you. And we're going to not only recap Boost Camp and some of the things that you learned and how to catch any replays or anything that you might have missed. I'll share that with you, but also I'll share what are your next steps. So now that you've got your action file set up and you've gotten some of this productivity, a taste of some of these productivity things that we've done this week, how can you take it the next step further? What should you do next? So that's what we are talking about today. We'll start with that recap, but first I wanted to say hi to Nancy. Welcome. Glad that you're here. Lovely Marie is here. She says, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, how's your day going? I love it. Lori's here. Welcome, Lori, and Brenda and Joanna. Welcome, welcome. All right. So like I mentioned, we're going to start with the recap of what went on during Boost Camp, how you can catch it if there's anything that you missed, what you can do, and how you can catch all of those different things, including the free downloads that I shared, the replays, all that good stuff. And I'll wrap up with next steps, what to do next on your paper journey, on your productivity journey, so that way you can keep this ball rolling because you've started some massive momentum, and I don't want you to lose any of that. All right, and anytime you have questions about Boost Camp, Paper Path course, Path membership, please ask it in the comments. That is part of what today is. It's a Q&A as well. So first off, tell me, have you enjoyed Boost Camp? Did you enjoy Boost Camp this week? And if you did, what was your favorite part? What part did you enjoy the most? I would love to hear that in the comments. If you've not yet been able to catch everything from Boost Camp, that is okay. In the YouTube video description and in the comments on Facebook, you will see I have the link. If you've not already registered for Boost Camp, when you register right now, then you will get a full recap with all the different replays of what went on during Boost Camp, a limited time recap. So when you register, don't worry, you will get that recap. It might take up to an hour or so to get into your email inbox. So once you register, don't worry if you don't see it immediately. And if you're already registered, then later today you will be getting a recap as well. So do not worry about that also. And remember that today is the last day to get the Paper Path course for $50 less. And you have the bonuses, the $50 less. You have a free month of the Paper Path membership when you grab your Paper Path course. Plus, you have the welcome party. So next week we will do a live welcome party, walk you through how to use it, the best way to get the most out of it, and I'm right there for you. So if you're thinking about grabbing the Paper Path course so you can go step by step to organize all of the papers in your home, one step at a time, at your own pace, you own it forever, then make sure grab it today. Okay, so in the comments, I wanted to say hi really quickly to Wendy. Welcome, Wendy. And Donna is here. Melanie. Hi, Melanie. Brenda says, yes, she's enjoyed Boost Camp. Yay, I'm so glad. Joe is here, a rainy day in North Carolina. Awesome. Okay. So let's see. Sorry, my brain is still a little foggy from the cold, so bear with me, but it's feeling so much better already that I think I can still make it through this. Plus, I'm here with you. That's always my favorite person to be with. Okay, so our Boost Camp recap. What did we do during Boost Camp? First off, what was Boost Camp? Boost Camp was 1 week of boosting your productivity and your paper management. We focused on our action file and how to use the action file to capture all of the mail and incoming papers all of your to-do papers and active papers in one place. Super, super simple system. So we talked about how to build it. And we talked about how to take it to the next level and actually integrate it into your day. And then during Boost Camp, the other main focus of Boost Camp was not just to give you the how-to of how to build an action file, but how to implement it in your day and actually getting helping you actually make progress. So instead of this being like a challenge where I'm telling you to do something and you're doing it on your own, during Boost Camp, we did things together. And we focused on how to maximize our days, work on the right things while still not adding extra work and time to our days so we can have more time for ourselves, right? So that's the whole purpose of Boost Camp, to actually work with you, help you implement what you learn instead of just giving you stuff to add to your to-do list, more stuff to learn and then do on your own, right? So day one was our kickoff party. That was last week, last Thursday. That was our kickoff party. And during that kickoff party, we talked about what to expect during Boost Camp, how to build your action file. We just talked about where to find that information and the basics of what your action file was. And then we talked about your next step. So during that kickoff party, I told you how you could finally love your mail and to-dos. Okay, maybe not love, but at least not hate, right? At least not hate your mail and your to-dos. And we talked about how to kick those piles of mail and papers with the action file. So this is that incoming mail, incoming papers, active papers system. And the action file, remember, is one place for all of those papers to live until they go to their next destination. And we talked about how to figure out what that next destination is, all that good stuff. So day one, what was your action file? We talked about the schedule. So in day one was that kickoff. Day two, which I'll recap for you, was the action file secrets and tips. Day three, we did our group hike productivity session. Then we had a day off for day four because time off for yourself is important and just giving you a chance to catch up. Day five, we did our week planning session where we hopped on together and we planned out our week. And I gave you some free downloads there. And then day six, you had a day off again. And then day seven is today, where we're wrapping it up. We're doing I'll tell you the next steps to take. And if you have any questions, today's the chance to ask them. So it's your Q&A session. And say hello to Mimi. She wants to say hi. This is me too again. She's my camera hog dog. So our next step that you left with after the day one kickoff party was to build or grab your action file. So if you've already got it built, then it was to grab your action file and just make sure that it's set up right. If you did not have it built, it was to go back to your email and just put it together really quickly. It takes all of like 10 minutes, right? And if you don't already have your action file built and you want to know how to build an action file, don't worry. When you register for that recap for Boost Camp, then you will get how to build your action file as well. So do not worry if you missed that. I've got your back. I've got you covered. When you do the join your Boost Camp registration to make sure that you get that recap email, you will get that as well. So that was day one. Before I go on to recapping day two really quickly, I wanted to go over the chat. I'd asked you, I told you if you have any questions, this is your chance to ask any questions, Saul. And I also asked you if you enjoyed Boost Camp. And if so, what parts do you like? So really quickly, Donna, she says, if we have the Paper Path course, can we get an invite to the welcome party? Absolutely, Donna. You will automatically, anybody who has the Paper Path course or the Path membership will get an email with an invite to that welcome party. And I always want to share as many of the new bonuses as I can with people who've already got any of the products that I have. So keep an eye on your email. If you don't hear from me before, I'd say the morning of Monday the 16th, then shoot me an email at hello@susannak.com and I'll make sure that email, make sure the email delivered to you properly. Sound good? Good. All right, lovely Marie, she says about Boost Camp, I loved it all, especially putting it on paper and out of my brain. Doing the important things first, but not to worry if everything does not get done at that time and not being so hard on myself. Oh, that's wonderful. What great takeaways. Yes, 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 yes. Jane says, oh, good. Oh, wonderful. So Jane says, I purchased the Paper Path course a week ago and I'm getting married tomorrow. Oh, congratulations, Jane. That's wonderful. She says, I obviously won't be starting it for a while. Is that okay? That is absolutely fine. With the Paper Path course, once you purchase it, you own it forever. You could do it on your own time at your own pace. There is no expiration date, there is no rush. So, absolutely. And you will get a replay of the welcome party. So even if you can't attend that live, that's okay. That will be there for you whenever you're ready. I say enjoy that wedding and do not worry until you are ready to. All right. Yay. Oh, good. Lisa says, hello from Orlando, Florida today. Great short vacation. Ooh, that's exciting. Welcome to Orlando, Florida. Love it. Melanie says, with the Paper Path course, is it a go at your own pace and on your own? Will there be live or Zoom sessions with you on a regular basis? So with the Paper Path course, there are two different main paper resources that I offer. The Paper Path course, and the course is the how-to. It's like the textbook in school. So it tells you exactly how to get all of your papers organized. It lays it down step by step. There's videos. I make it super easy. But you go at your own pace. You always have access to it. And it's just one step at a time. But with the Paper Path course, there are no live sessions, no group sessions, nothing like that, because this is an at your own pace type of thing. Now, the Path membership, which I know, Melanie, you already have, the Path membership is where you get that extra support. So while the Paper Path course is like the textbook, the how-to, the Path membership is the actual support getting it done, right? That's where you have your group hikes and your office hours, and I'll probably be adding on those week planning sessions, and there's all that extra support within the membership. So those two go really well together. The course is the how-to, and whatever part you're working on, that's great. It's all laid out for you. And then the membership, that's what will give you all that extra support. It's like that classroom time. It's having that teacher there with you and the group of students by your side. So good question. Love that one. Margie says, good morning from a beautiful sunny fall day on Saginaw Bay in Michigan. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Michigan's beautiful this time of year. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Peg. She says, hi from Chattanooga, born in Philadelphia. Yay, Phillies. Welcome, Peg. Donna says, great. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. Yeah. Maria says, congratulations to Jane. Yay. Alice says, good morning. Still trying to wrap my head around all of my papers. Looking forward to using the downloads. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Brenda Jean says, congrats to Jane. And Brenda E says, hi from almost fall, finally Tucson. Loved Boost Camp, getting back on board and have a trigger for checking the to-do file weekly. Yay! That's awesome. Okay, Peg says, when is the welcome party? The welcome party, as I look at my calendar, is October 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that's this upcoming Tuesday, October 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you can't make it live, that is okay. You will get a replay. All right. Lori says, I liked the daily and weekly handout and explanation of how to use it. Yes. Yay, that weekly planning session. Good. I'm so glad to hear that. All right. So we talked about day one, right? That was our kickoff. We did an overview. We talked about, build your action file, all that good stuff, right? So day two during Boost Camp, that's where I shared a bunch of secrets and tips. I won't go into all of them because we only have so much time in our day, right? But during the secrets and tips, we did the overview of the action file, why it works, how it works, what are those basic principles, right? Now with the action file, I'll just give you a couple highlights from that and you'll be able to watch the replay if you missed it. One of the main principles of the action file is that every folder within the action file relates to an action. So it's not what type of paper it is, it's what's the next action that's needed with that paper. So most of our file folders will start with the word to read, to enter, to file. To do is the only one that you really need to check on a regular basis because those are ones that are most likely things that would have to have a deadline along with it. And then another tip from the overview and principles, papers flow into your home, into your action file. This is the first stop. And then from the action file, once all of the actions on that paper are done, it's been read, it's been entered, it's been completed, RSVPs have been sent, whatever it is. Once it's all done, then it flows out of your action file into the next step of your paper system. And the paper path course is where we talk about, your short-term files, your long-term files. Paper systems don't work well if it's just one file cabinet. That is not a system. That is just a kind of the place where papers go to die. So from the action file within the paper path course, we talk about what the next step is for your paper. And there are specific steps that keep that file cabinet from getting overflowing with all that stuff that expires really fast, that's just not relevant for long. We make sure that all the important stuff is at your fingertips. So the action file is the first step in that full paper system. After the action file, it's going to flow into the rest of that system. And that's what the paper path course is for. It's going to tell you how to set up all the other parts of your system. It also starts with how to set up your action file. So if you want to more in-depth about that, that's how the paper path course starts. And then we talked about why the action file works. Why is this, what's different about this one? Why does this work better than others? Well, for one, it can hold every single paper that comes into your home. Because it's not based on the type of paper, it's based on the next action. That means that all of the papers can fit into one file holder, right? One small file holder to be processed versus trying to manage a million different categories. Because when you have fewer choices, when you have fewer than 10 choices to make, then it's so much easier to make the choice. If you look at something like this and try to figure out where a paper goes versus your entire file cabinet with maybe 100 choices, then your brain has to work a lot harder between 100 choices versus fewer than 10. So it makes it much easier to get your papers into the system, much easier to follow up on the papers because it's telling you what the next task is. You don't have to worry about what you need to do with it. It just told you. And it makes it much easier to get it to the next step in your paper system. And then during day 2, I shared some next level ideas. So taking that basic action file that I tell you how to set up in that email, taking it to the next level. So we talked about recording your decisions. Make your decisions only once so you can take your brain out of the process after that. So your brain does not have to keep engaging and have to make the same decisions again and again. Because decisions are the part of papers that are the hardest. That's why we avoid papers, because we have to make all these decisions and it's not easy. Our brains have to work really hard. So if we record our decisions, then we only have to make them once and we're going to be more consistent. So in the paper path course, we do this with what I call the paper policy. And I share the paper policy within the paper path course. But during day 2, we talked about how to record your decisions. So that way you could take your brain out of it and make it so much easier when papers come in and when it's time to file papers and find papers, so much easier. We also talked about some extra supplies to add to kind of take your action file to the next level, make it even more useful, more of a center of your day. And we talked about how to use checklists and cheat sheets and blueprints and paths in order to make it so much easier to create paper systems and maintain them. Now, during day 2, I shared the free download, the action file folder, cheat sheet labels, using checklists and cheat sheets and blueprints. Remember, making it easier for ourselves. So I shared these. Normally, these are only part of the paper path course, but I shared these with you during the day 2 video. So when you watch that replay, then in the video description, if you did not already grab them, in the video description, you'll find the link to download your action file cheat sheet labels. And then we finished up with how to not forget, and this is a scary one, how to not forget to do the papers that are in your action file, right? Because it's all well and good if you can get your papers in there, but if they never come back out and you never do the to-dos, that's a problem. So we talked about some tricks for those of you who are out of sight, out of mind people. You will know that you're this person if it terrifies you to put a paper in there that's to do and you can't see it, right? Usually those are my paper pilers, are my out of sight, out of mind people, because we want to be able to see them and know that they're safe and in our eyesight. So I have tricks with the action file on how to make your to-do papers visible. And I shared those during day 2, during that recap or replay. I also shared some tools that are available to help you always remember to check your action file and to actually dedicate the time to work on it. Planned working time that can get on your calendar so that way you don't forget to actually process your action file. So those are a couple of things that I talked about with how not to forget. Now, I do have a confession to make. During day 2 and last week or earlier this week, I got really sick, as I mentioned. So I did not get a chance to share how to build a command center and make the action file sort of the center of this command center in your life because I was way too sick. One day I did not even get up off the couch, but I will still do that for you. So to reward you for your patience and say just thank you for letting me be sick a couple days, next week I will share how to build the command center, and I will also do a giveaway where you can not register, but you can enter to possibly win one of my favorite tools for organizing your home. So make sure that if you're not already on the email list for Boost Camp, then make sure that you do get on that email list because next week I will be sharing by email primarily how to build the command center, and I will do that giveaway to thank you for being super awesome and patient with me. All right. And if you emailed me during this week and I've not replied yet, I know Stephanie replied to a bunch of the replies that she could, but if I've not replied yet, I will. Today's my first day being completely upright. So I will get to that. Okay. All right. So after that, we did the public group hike on day 3. And that group hike was where we got together for 2 hours and we actually worked on our action file and on our projects around the house, whatever you needed to work on. And I was there to answer any questions that you had. We had some great questions that I answered in the little breaks between our work sprints. But that public group hike replay will be available in that email recap as well. That is what we did during day 3. So we didn't just talk about doing things, right? We actually committed our time to doing them. We got something on our calendar that we committed to, and we made so much more progress. And it's amazing how much more you can focus when you are working side by side with others. So that's the public group hike, and the replays work really well. If you wanted to use the replay and get that focus time, it's amazing. Even though it might not still be live, it works really well. So before I go on with the rest of the week, I wanted to answer some more questions. Let's see. So Brenda Jean says, what's the welcome party for? Great question. I'm sorry, I did not explain that, did I? So the welcome party is for anybody who enrolls in the Paper Path course before the end of the day today, or joins the Path membership before the end of the day today, and anybody who already owns the Paper Path course or the Path membership. Any of those situations get you an invite to the welcome party. And the welcome party is just a 1-hour live video event next week on Tuesday, October 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I will be walking through the Paper Path course and the Path membership and basically giving you an overview and a walkthrough of how to make the most of it, how it works, where to find all the different things, kind of the ins and outs of it, so you can feel confident knowing exactly how to use it, exactly how to get any help if you need help, where to find the different resources and things that you might need, and all that good stuff. So Path membership, all the different benefits, where to find the benefits, what they do, and all that good stuff. So hopefully that helps your answers your question. If you have any follow-up questions on that, please ask. I would be glad to answer. Margie says, so if you have the Path membership, do you also have the Paper Path course, or do you purchase that separately? Those would be separate. So if you're not sure if you have the Paper Path course, the Path membership, the easiest way to find out is go to SusannaK.com and click login and log into your account. And right there in that main screen, you will see everything that you own from me. So it will say Path membership and Paper Path course. if you have both of them. If you don't have one of those listed in that online library of yours, then that means that you do not already own it. If you need any help making sure that you don't already own something, then shoot me an email at hello@susannak.com and we can double check for you. Sue says, I'm sort of here. Life circumstances have transpired to conflict almost every day to interfere with my being able to participate in the live sessions. I will be viewing the replays. Well, I hope everything is starting to settle. I know how that is with me and my cold this week. That threw me off too. But we are sending big hugs and love, and I'm glad that you're here for the replays. Absolutely. Melanie says, I just cut out the cheat sheet labels for my action file. I printed them earlier and plan to put them on the folders today. Yay, Melanie! Good job. Woot, woot. Love it. Oh, Brenda says, I've been sick too. No fun. Glad you're doing better. Oh, I hope you're doing better too, Brenda. It's going around. Man, there's a super cold bug going around. Okay, Margie says, how do you get on the email list? I did register for the boost camp, but I've not been receiving the emails. I reached out to Stephanie and she's been a great help. Yeah, if you reached out to Stephanie, and then keep working with Stephanie to make sure that those emails are coming through, because that's exactly how you get on the email list. Is you make sure to register for Boost Camp, and then you'll get all of those emails regarding Boost Camp and anything important for you. So make sure that those emails are coming through for you. Later today, if you don't get the recap email that with all the different replays, then you'll know that there's still a problem. But if you do, then you'll know that you're all good. So if by the end of the day today you don't get that replay email, shoot us an email at hello@susannak.com, and Stephanie and I will make sure to keep working that out with you. All right, Margie, I'm glad that you did that. Oh, she says, lovely, thank you. You're so welcome. Okay. So day 3, I told you, was a public group hike where we worked side by side together and actually got stuff done. Instead of just talking about it, we did it. And then day 4, like I mentioned, rest and catch up because you really need time for yourself too. Day 5, we did our week planning session. Now, this is probably going to become another benefit for the Path members, where on a weekly basis, we will get together for 30 minutes and plan our week. But during this week planning session, I walked you through how to plan your week to make sure that you are making progress towards your goals, getting the most important things done that absolutely have to be done, and then filling in the rest in that extra time while still having time for yourself and not putting too much pressure on yourself, right? So during the week planning session, I shared my PDF. It's a couple pages. This is my week planner. This is my favorite thing to use for planning out a week. And I walked you through all the different parts of it, how to make those decisions, how to incorporate your action file and make sure that the to-dos in your action file actually make it into your week that are due that week. We talked about fire time, all sorts of good stuff. So that free download of the week planning PDF, those 2 pages, when you watch the replay video, it's in that description. So if you missed out on that, that's okay. Make sure that you're signed up for the emails, because with that replay in the description, that's where you can get that download. And then day 6, we rested and we caught up again. And then day 7 is, well, you're doing it. You're here. You're on day 7. It's the wrap-up party, recap, Q&A, next steps, all the good stuff that's happening right now. So that was the full week. If you have any questions about Boost Camp, about the Paper Path course, Path membership, how they work together, what's happening as far as the bonuses that are going to expire at the end of the day today, or any of that, please ask them now, because this is your Q&A session as well. In the comments, Brenda says, I'm finally starting to get better. Yes, that cold bug turned into pneumonia for me. Oh, you poor thing. She says, I'm a bad asthmatic, so definitely an issue, but I'm getting there. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that you are feeling better, starting to feel better and safe, because that could be really dangerous with asthma. Yeah. Oh, well, glad you're here. So glad. All right. So what are your next steps, right? You did Boost Week, and this is the last day of Boost Week. So this is your chance to catch up and watch all the replays. The replays will be available until the end of the day Sunday. So at the end of the day Sunday, those go away. If you are a Path member, then the week planning replay and the group hike replay, those are still going to be available past Sunday in your online library. Don't worry. But if you're not a Path member, then make sure to watch it before the end of the day Sunday. And if you don't already have those replays and you're not already on the Boost Camp email list, make sure to register so you can get that replay email with all the different links to the replays, with the downloads and all that good stuff. All right. And remember that next week I will be sharing how to build a command center and incorporate your action file with it. And I'll do a giveaway of one of my absolute favorite, like brand new thing that I found, favorite tool to organize. And I will be giving one of the kind of ultimate super packs of it away for free. So sign up for the email so you do not miss your chance to enter for that one. And remember, the action file is step 1 in your paper system. So if your papers are not super efficient, if you would like to either try a different way so that your file cabinet does not get so overfilled and so you have your emergency and important information at your fingertips, your family can find everything, or if you're already overwhelmed and your paper system is not even a system and it just does not even exist, or it's completely fallen apart, even if you have boxes and boxes of old papers to go through, the Paper Path course is great for you. It will take you one step at a time through setting up all your paper systems. And if you do have older papers to sort through, I share my onion method sorting. The onion method is the way to make sorting through all of those old papers so much easier. It just takes so much of the pressure off and makes it much more clear how to get through a massive amount of older papers. So there's an entire section in the Paper Path course called Quick Sort, all about how to sort through old papers. So join the Paper Path course, enroll in that course today if you do want to make sure that you've got an extremely efficient, simple paper system, especially if your file cabinet keeps getting full of older papers that keep needing to go back and review and purge. Well, this paper system means that your file cabinet actually, there's a self-purging system. Your files never get overwhelmed and have to be purged over and over again. So check out the Paper Path course. Remember, today is the last day to get it for $50 less because tomorrow the price goes up. And right now, if you do grab the Paper Path course, you get a free month of the membership. Remember, the course is the how-to. It's like the textbook that you own forever, but you do it on your own. And the membership is the support. That's where there's group sessions where we work together. I answer questions, all sorts of extra resources to help you get it done. So they go hand in hand. You get a free month of that membership when you enroll in the Paper Path course today. After today, you don't get that. And you get invited to the welcome party. So you get kind of that fast start to both the Paper Path course and that membership. And you know exactly how to use it, the best way to succeed and get all that extra support. So make sure that you grab that today. Go to susannak.com, click on the store link, and the Paper Path course is right in there. So make sure to do that today. All right, in the comments really quickly. Wendy says, love this boost camp and looking forward to the planning sessions joining the Path membership. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad that you loved it. That's awesome. Oh, Rosella says, thank you and continue to feel better. Love the boost camp and all the suggestions you gave. Oh, thank you, Rosella. Oh, good. Trina's asked, what day and time next week are you doing the command center? It's not going to be a live, so you don't have to worry about a specific day and time. I will be sharing it as a video for you. So you'll get a video of how to do the command center. It'll probably be towards the end of next week. And I'll shoot you an email to make sure that you get the link to the video, and there'll be plenty of time to enter the giveaway and all that good stuff. So good question. Thank you. Good question. You're welcome, Brenda D. Jean. She says, thanks for this great week. Oh, Sue says, so sorry you're not feeling well. I hope you're doing better. Feel a million times better already. Thank you. Thank you, Sue. All right. So you did an amazing job this week. An amazing job this week. Hopefully you feel like you've got a couple more productivity tools in your tool belt. Hopefully you feel like your action file got some of the love that it needs and you understand it better and how to incorporate it into your day. And hopefully you feel positive about the next steps to take, because that's what we want. We want confidence. We want that feeling of hope, that knowing what the next step is. And that's always my goal. I always want you to know what your next step is and how to do it. And that's what I'm here for. So remember, you do not need to do it all alone. The Paper Path course, the Path membership are here to boost your success. So use it. Make it easier. You do not have to struggle when there's something so simple right there for you to be able to use. Okay? And it is always okay to go slow. Do small steps, one small step at a time. There's no rush on any of this. That's why the Paper Path course is self-paced. That's why the Path membership has a bunch of benefits that you can pick and choose from. You don't have to do them all. Do what works for you, one small step at a time. And a lot of my favorite phrase to tell myself all the time is go slow to go fast. So do not feel like you have to finish it all at once. There's no rush. You've absolutely got this, beautiful. I promise. So really quickly, on Facebook, this boost camp is one of your best courses. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, in the future, I will do more boost camps. We'll do them with the Path members. We will do a couple a year publicly. So I'm so glad to hear that you enjoyed it. Thank you. Trina says the Paper Path course is amazing, and the support you get is critical if you get stuck. Oh, that's wonderful. I love hearing all that great feedback. I hear it so often, and that just warms my heart every time. Thank you. Thank you. Catherine says, do you have a link to the replay of how to plan your week? Yes. When you sign up for the emails for Boost Camp, if you've not already registered, make sure to register, because when you sign up for those emails later today, I will be sending out that full email with all of the different links to the replays, and those have the downloads within the replay descriptions whenever there were free downloads. So if you're not already on the email list for Boost Camp, make sure get on that list like now. Go hop over and get on that list right now, so that way you can make sure to get all those replays before they're gone. Great question. Lovely Maurice, who says, when we sign up for the Paper Path course or membership, is it automatically available or can it be canceled if I change my mind? There is, for the Paper Path course, there is a 30-day chance to cancel to get your money back. So I always want you to be like 1,000%, if that was such a thing, 1,000% happy. Okay, so you have 30 days to check it out, try it on. If it's just not for you, then shoot me an email and we can cancel it for you. With the Paper Path or with the Path membership, you can cancel that anytime. So it's just on a monthly basis. It would be a recurring. Right now it's only $25. That's eventually going to go up. So $25 a month. If you ever decide that you don't want to be in the membership anymore, shoot me an email. Say I'd like to cancel, and we will cancel it for you. You don't have to do anything more than that. So you can cancel anytime. Great question. The nice thing is, I really had to think about that because I don't know how long it's been since anybody, if ever anybody, canceled the Paper Path course. So you really threw me there. I love that. And the membership, yeah. It's very rare for somebody to leave the membership because we do give you tons of benefits, but I always want you to feel confident that you're in it and not stuck. You're in it by choice, right? So that's great. Oh, Trina says, great, thanks. You're so welcome. Well, all right, beautiful. Make sure if you're not already on the list for Boost Camp, make sure register for that so you can get the replays before the end of the day today. And if you do want that Paper Path course, remember it's going to be $50 more expensive tomorrow. It will still be available in the store tomorrow, but go to SusannaK.com, click on the store, and if you grab it today, you can get the bonuses and save $50. Keep being amazing. You are doing great things, one small step at a time, and you've got this. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye, beautiful.